I'm the president of the Board of Trustees, and I'm so excited to see so many new faces here today. Thank you for joining us. We have some music videos for our music today, and it's exciting because this is the variety that we like, is to see some those new thought singers that are out there that someday will come and visit us here in person. We're excited about that. So we're going to start out this morning with a video from Amber Darland, and it's a great song. And then Cookie and I will lead you on our closing song with a video from Gary Lynn Floyd, who is coming to visit us very soon. So keep your eye on the schedule. Let's listen to Amber. Thank you.
Like the leaves of autumn, somehow already forgotten, the tree from which we came. There's a calling, like the river she's aiming, always rearranging to keep us moving along. If you think you're traveling slow, remember it takes all this darkness to grow. A tiny seed holds all there is to know, and there's strength in letting go. We are falling like the leaves of autumn, somehow already forgotten, the tree from which we came. There's a calling, like the river she's aiming, always rearranging to keep us moving along. If you think you're traveling slow, remember it takes all this darkness to grow. A tiny seed holds all there is to know, and there's strength in letting go. We are drawing from an infinite unraveling. Oh, there's magic in meandering, leaning and listen close. There's a longing, you can feel it in your heartbeat, and where the sky meets the open sea, always guiding us home. If you think you're traveling slow, remember it takes all this darkness to grow. The tiny seed holds all there is to know, and there's strength
That was nice. I love her. So good morning. I'm Reverend Sharon Dunn-Alberg, your senior minister, your spiritual director. And I love to see all these faces. I have been gone for at least 2 weeks that I vaguely remember being under the weather and very under the weather. And we had a lot of folks step up for me, which was really nice. So thank you, Reverend Patricia, if you're watching, and others. So I want us to say good morning to one another. And how we do that is we do a namaste greeting, which means the spirit in me sees the spirit in you. Or however we want to phrase that. Here we say the divine light in me honors the divine light in you. And what we do to keep ourselves kind of safe during cold and flu season is we're not hugging or anything like that. Rather, prayer position and bowing. I think that's the best way to take care of one another and keep ourselves safe. So let's say good morning to 3 people with our namaste greeting. Wonderful, wonderful. And so we asked for demonstrations on Sunday. And what the heck is a demonstration? It is answered prayer, if you will, something that you had to set an intention for and it happened. Anyone have a demonstration this week? Kathy.
After I came to the evening of blessings, is that what it was called?
Yes, the evening of blessings.
I had, because I have a problem with procrastination, putting off things that are not pleasant.
I don't know what that is. I've never experienced that.
But since that night, I've had like a new kind of awakening about it and a new, motivation to get things done. And we're getting a lot of things done around the house, and the calls that I'm making, they're turning out positive.
Wow. And so what you can say now is, rather than I have a problem with, you can say, I had a problem that is no more.
Exactly.
And we can do that. We can act as if, even though it's not actually happening maybe the way we want it to, we keep speaking into it as if it is, and it will be. Right? So wonderful. Yay. Yeah. All right. No more procrastination.
Yes. So when we did the letting go ceremony and the white stone ceremony, I wrote on my stone faith, and so I've really been calling faith into my life. I've been back in the U.S. for about 2 months now, and I came back and I was like, I don't have a plan, I don't know what I'm doing, but I know Spirit, I'm just gonna come back and Spirit's gonna help me make a plan and things are gonna unfold. And this week, wow.
That's awesome. So you claim faith, even though it's not showing up, it is now showing up, which is kind of the same thing we're talking about, which is all we talk about. That's wonderful. Anyone else? All right. So let's do our vision and mission and purpose. And the reason we have a vision for our center, for who we are, it's like the banks of the river, isn't it? It's like the banks of the river. It keeps us in the direction towards more, towards the ocean, if you will, towards the infinite. And so when we have those visions for our life, it happens. And so everything unlike it kind of doesn't, right? Otherwise, if we doubt, we get these tributaries, don't we? We get, sidetracked. What? So that's another sermon I won't go into, but let's do our vision, mission, and purpose. Together, we are a welcoming, sanctuary community where all are accepted, valued, and supported in the global family. And our mission? We inspire personal and global transformation through the teachings of science of mind. And our purpose, in joy and love, we connect in service to all life. And so I want to thank our teacher today. Raise your hand, Kathy. She is our teacher today. And so at this point, rather than bore the children, and we're so glad you're here, if you go with Kathy, you are going to have the most wonderful Sunday lesson you can imagine. So off you go. That will save you from boredom. You're going to have some fun. And then when we're finished, we'll call you right back. Thank you, Kathy. Let's give her a hand. Wonderful, wonderful. So let us pray. Let us pray. Let's open this morning together, knowing that there's one power, one presence. It's called by many names, celebrated all over the world in many ways. The synagogues, the mosques, nature, churches, centers. Called by many names, love and light and power, and Allah, and the Great Spirit, and Yahweh, Muhammad, the avatars Buddha and Jesus. Today we just call it love. I am so grateful that this thing that we call love, the Creator creating creation, creates everything out of itself so that we're all connected, interdependent. And so we come here today to celebrate that. We come here today in community, a sense of belonging which is innate to every human being, every sentient being. We celebrate that with music and a message and fellowship, gathering afterwards. It is a community center, centered around the power of the One. I'm so grateful to know this. I celebrate this right now. And please join with me as we affirm today by saying, and so it is. And now our readings. This is from our textbook from Ernest Holmes, who is the founder of our teaching, the author of our textbook and many books. He was a scholar of so much. He formed this teaching as a religion, as a philosophy, and as a science. The religion is love, the science is quantum physics, and the philosophy is from the ancient Greeks on into today. And so we read from his textbook, the thing then works for us by working through us and is us always. It cannot work for us in any other way. It spreads itself over the whole universe and shouts at us from every angle, but it can become power to us only when we recognize it as power. Therefore, our belief sets the limit to our demonstration of a principle which of itself is without limit. It is ready to fill everything because it is infinite. So, it is not a question of its willingness nor of its ability. It is entirely a question of our own receptivity. And next, again from the textbook, we are thinking, willing, knowing, conscious centers of life. We are surrounded by, immersed in, and there is flowing through us a creative something. Call it what you will. The sum total of our thought, will, purpose, and belief creates a tendency in the law that causes it to react to us according to the sum total of that belief. We're going to talk about that very point today. And last, then, knowing that the thing can work for us only through us, let us begin to accept today more good than we experienced yesterday, and to know that we shall reap a harvest of fulfilled desires. The time must come when we shall have left the apparent evil behind, when it shall be rolled up like a scroll and numbered with the things which were once thought to be. Which was Amber's song. Just, we're done. Let that go. Okay. So we're going to have a little bit of music, and then I'll be back.
Hello, and welcome to this short guided meditation to help you step away from the stress of daily life. I'm Sarah Raymond from the Mindful Movement. Thank you for joining me today. Start by settling into a comfortable position. Gently close your eyes. Notice your attention is shifting away from the sights, smells, tastes, sounds, and feelings around you. And you begin to bring your focus inward. Notice the natural rhythm of your breath. Feel your abdomen expand with each inhale, and feel the air as it leaves your body on each exhale. Right now, in this one-of-a-kind, irreplaceable, blessed moment in time, there is nothing more important than the present. Scan your muscles for any tension and stop when you come across a part of your body that is clenching. Take a moment to honor this tightness, breathing in a breath of love and self-nurturing, and then breathing out all of the stress that is no longer serving you. Repeat this process of scanning and releasing tension until your entire body feels in harmony. If at any time later in the day you notice the clenching feeling coming back, simply repeat this practice of breathing in love and breathing out tension. And through your breath, you will be anchored again in this present moment. Now, take a moment to scan for any clutter in your mind. Your mind is like your desk, and you are more productive when it is organized and efficient. Notice if your thoughts are disorganized, darting from worry to worry, or if they are neat and purposeful. Is there anything you could put away or get rid of to make your daily life easier and less stressful? Now picture yourself clearing off your desk, putting things back where they belong, and getting rid of things you don't need. Allow the image of you organizing your desk to serve as a visual representation of you clearing your unnecessary stress. After clearing the clutter in your mind, your head feels in flow, and your thoughts come and go more calmly. You can now go through the rest of your day feeling more relaxed. When you are ready, take one more deep, slow breath, and then allow your eyes to open. You are now ready to take on the demands of daily life, and you have the ability to clear the clutter again whenever it piles up. Thank you for taking time to practice this meditation.
Okay, I want a meditation before every talk. That was wonderful. I was just like, oh, did she write this one for me? And so if you know about our Centers for Spiritual Living, which is an organization of about 400 centers worldwide, we have an annual theme given to us. We also have monthly themes and weekly topics. And so it's such a wonderful thing that so many of us are exploring some of the same things at the same time. And of course, because we're autonomous and we don't like rules, we all do it different. But our annual theme is Rising Higher, Growing Deeper, which I really like. I think that's going to be a good year for us, yes? And our January theme is Stretching into Possibility. And yet again, I like it. I think that's going to be a good January. And today's topic is making space for it. So it was very relevant to hear that meditation about uncluttering, because that's kind of part of what we're going to do in January. And sadly, we took our Christmas things down. But we organized them this time. As some of you know, we live on a houseboat. And so coming from a big house to a houseboat and bringing all the Christmas stuff was labor intensive. And so what we did was we brought it all out, and then we put it back differently. We organized it. So the ones that I never have to see in the boat again will be 1, 2, and 3. And the ones that are going to be brought to the boat are A, B, and C. And so we are very excited, aren't we, Larry, that we have found a way to unclutter and cause us to do it with less stress and labor intensive. Yes? That's kind of January. Let's keep going with this. This is a great thing. Today I'm going to talk about the law again. You know, last time I was here, I did talk about the law. And for those of you who weren't here the last time I was here, I was talking about spiritual law, because that's kind of different between the police and the pastor. Right? And so spiritual laws that I kind of went into before was the law of attraction, the law of cause and effect. You remember those laws. The law of one, the law of vibration, correspondence, blah, 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 right? Those laws are so exciting for me right now because I'm working with a colleague to actually write some curriculum around that, around those laws. And so I'm in it. I'm in it, with the law. The law is a spiritual principle as well. And principle meaning that it is true for all. The law works the same for everyone. And so I'm kind of excited. I woke up with the revelation that the law is, let me just skip this one and go to, the law is immutable. Does that make sense? Do you know what immutable means? Well, I have it up here for you. Now, this is, I think, very profound. I'm not sure if you'll agree with me, but immutable means unchanging over time or unable to be changed, meaning the law. At the same time, the law is subjective. This is very profound. I know Cookie's looking at me like, huh? Subjective means that it's based on or influenced by personal feelings, tastes, or opinions relating to or being a subject to arising within oneself or mind. So we have the law that's immutable that we can use. So we're not saying the law then is changed. What we're saying, in fact, is that the law is used. Okay, and we're going to talk about that. So I'm going to go back up here. I just got so excited about that. How can you be immutable and subjective at the same time? And the reason I go into these wonderful concepts is because we have an incredible teaching. We have a new thought movement. Many people are coming to these ideas. Many people are leaving the old, concepts of the punishing God or the God that's doing something to us with realization through quantum physics and many other enlightened beings teaching us that, wait, no. Really, life is lived according to our beliefs. And there's a structure how that works. And one of those structures is the law. I love this idea. Our belief sets the limit to our demonstration of a principle which in itself is without limit. I'm scratching your brain right now. The ideas here are so fantastic. They keep me up at night. Because here's the deal. I want to get the most out of life. I want to get the most out of my dreams. I want to get the most out of my intentions. I want to get the most out of my purpose, my values. We look at all of this, don't we, on Sundays? But we always want to take the next level. That's why we're here, is what's next? What can we go away with this week and use like we've never used it before? So that's what this is. So I can tell you that we've been working with the law of life throughout our entire existence, even if we're unaware of it. How many times have we been ignoring the law, feeling negative, keeping those same ideas ruminating? We're going to kind of look at that a little bit later. Be thinking about what ideas that you have about yourself that are repetitive, that have become reality, that have become true, that aren't true. This is the fun part, I think. We influence spiritual or creative law. We can call it creative law. Just like we use judiciary, legislative, and executive branches to achieve our desired outcome. And we have news of this even just recently, that the law can be used willy-nilly. My goodness. They got what? What? And so it is immutable in that it is unchanging, but we can influence. Does this make sense? Are you following me? You could say that we manipulate the law to our benefit. I mean, we don't. We are law-abiding citizens. I will say no more about that. By making space within ourselves to become more aware of how we influence this law, we open the door to powerful life shifts. Are you believing this with me? I think we can believe this. The awareness isn't about judging or rejecting parts of ourselves. That's not what this is about. This is about creating a safe place where we use the power of who you are to have the life you deserve. The act of making space allows us to consciously engage with the creative process. This uncluttering that we were talking about, it's about making room. Literally, physical laws will tell you if you're cluttered, you're not making room. And have you ever cluttered yourself with things you don't even really want? Not me, but I mean, have you? Like, I don't even want that. And it's taking up so much room. Why don't I just repurpose that? And then you find out somebody is so thrilled to have it because it's what they've been calling to themselves. This is a really exciting way of being. And I want to say that our true power, if you will, lies not in controlling external conditions. Hear me. But in mastering our thoughts and beliefs about these conditions. No. We're not controlled by what's going on. In fact, just recently, George started limping on the back left leg. George is our four-legged ruler of our house. She started to limp. Oh, what's the immediate response? Call the vet. Take her to the vet. Well, lately, we've been going to the vet with her and coming back with absolutely horrible news. First thing I thought of this time was, hell no. We're not going to the vet. We're going to watch this. We're going to do what we can. We're going to make sure she's safe. We're going to give her a massage. We're going to blah, blah, blah. Now she's not limping on the back leg. But I didn't receive any terminal diagnosis or, dark, dingy. Gosh, she needs 4 vaccinations. 4? We gave her 4 vaccinations and she was sick for 2 weeks. But she's vaccinated. Praise God. What I'm trying to say is, I'm not so ready to run to bad news. Now, I'm being responsible. Of course, if she would continue to limp or wince in pain, you know me. She's my thing. She's my person. It's just that I'm not going to let conditions, situations, and circumstances be my reason. I'm going to be my reason and then look at my conditions, circumstances, and situations. It's different. And so this idea about being subjective, this law about being, that it operates through us. Do you understand that? So spirit itself, if you want to say first cause, the thing that causes everything, is not subjective. It's objective. It gets to create. But the subjective is that it is subject to that. We are that. We are subject to the law. And we then also can be creative and not be subjected to that which doesn't fit or match the vision and mission and purpose of our life or our values. Is this making sense to anybody? Thank God, because you pay me to come here, I never know. I never know sometimes. So this is important. The law doesn't think or discern. Its singular purpose is to co-create with what is present in our minds and hearts. That's subjective. It is subject to our impress. We call that an intention. Let's look at that. So, we read today the sum total of all our thought, will, purpose, and belief creates a tendency in this law that causes it to react to us according to the sum total of that belief. Did you hear me read that? And you could say it back, couldn't you? Right? But I thought, wait a minute, that's deep. Let me expound on that. Let me show it on a slide and have you look at it and take it in, because guess what? This is really important. Your thought plus will plus purpose plus belief equals manifestation. We know this, right? However, what does that mean? Let's take it down. Translate it so that we understand the thought is intention, our intention. Our negative thought, our positive thought. The will that it speaks of is our faith in it. Our determination, our passion for it. We don't let go. We don't get sidetracked. We don't let doubt come in. We keep our mind on the prize. We have faith in it, like you were talking. The purpose then is that it's done in love. It must be done in love and good for all. All right? If it's not, then if we're looking at creating evil, that's an individual job. That's going to create energy, and then other laws will deal with that, such as cause and effect, and so on and so forth. That won't be good for you. Don't do it. Stop it. And then last, our belief then is our conviction, right? And so it's really important for us to understand what clutter is happening in your mind that doesn't match your dreams. And why would you be doing that? Well, you're going to be doing that because you're human. Woohoo! And we have these little egos that protect us, that always is looking for the problem. Because it's always first, keeping us safe. Oh no, don't go there. Oh my God, that could happen. Oh good Lord. Oh my God, you've done that before. Don't do, blah, blah, blah. Right? And that is where we get to be compassionate with ourselves, because that little busy mind is just what we're here for. It's what we got. That's it. Unless you're walking on water, and if you are, call me. Because I want to know. I want to know you. Because I still sink. That's just the way it is. And, maybe if you paid me more, I wouldn't. But by making space regularly to check in with our emotions, we gain insight into these patterns, don't we? We can shift our minds. Our emotions serve as a barometer for our mental state. And when we pay attention to emotions, whether positive, neutral, or negative, we can trace them back to thoughts that preceded them, gaining insight into the patterns shaping our experience. I was listening to Eckhart Tolle, Yeah, he called me. And he was talking about there was only the present moment. You know, how many times have we heard that? But the present moment is all we have. Because if we're thinking about the future, it hasn't happened yet. If we're thinking about the future, we're creating the present moment. Don't you think we should be paying attention to what we're creating? And so being in the moment, in the present moment, if this is all we have, we also don't have to think about the past anymore. We don't have to bring that ball and chain, that thing my mom said, that thing that kid said, that teacher said. I would be a cellist. I'd be in the symphony right now if I hadn't brought that thing that teacher told me, or that kid made fun of me because the cello was too big for me, and I was carrying it around so proudly. And that kid said, all that kid had to say to change my entire future was, "Is that your lunch?" I never carried that cello again. But I got a guitar and a ukulele. Do you understand what I'm saying here? I mean, this is, I think, what we all do. And I'm going to conclude here and ask that we pass out the pens and the paper, because I wanted to send you off for the week with something to think about other than my meanderings. Something personal to you. And as Cookie and Ruth are passing out these papers and pens, I want you to get into a relaxed position. Remember the meditation? Get there, go there, relax. And what I do when I'm kind of meditating or visioning with a pen in my hand, I kind of hold it loosely so that I'm ready to go. And I'm not coming out of the meditation having to click it to go on. It's just ready to go, but it's not a distraction. So we have this paper and we have this pen, and our legs are, uncrossed and grounded, and we're not thinking about the past, and we're not thinking about what our grocery list that we're going to have to handle when we get out of here, which is very long. And we're just being here now, as Ram Dass says. Just be here now. And I want you to close your eyes if you're comfortable doing that. Just lean back and let the chair hold you. And just kind of go back to that beautiful meditation that we did. And this week, you're invited to deepen your awareness by engaging in a simple yet powerful practice. Let's try it now. So just relax. Empty your mind of thoughts about before and after service. Unclutter your mind. Uncluttering your mind will make room for revelation, for inspiration, for that sweet, wee small voice to inform us. Take some time to sit with this question. What I know to be true about myself right now is. What I know to be true about myself right now is. Don't worry about whether you like what you write. Simply let it flow. Write it down just as it comes to you. Allow yourself to see the thoughts that are shaping your experience. If what you uncover feels uplifting and true, embrace it. If you notice a thought that no longer serves you, recognize this as an opportunity to gently replace it with one that aligns with your highest good. By making space for this kind of awareness, we open ourselves to greater spiritual growth and transformation. Breathe. Come back into the sanctuary and write down your thoughts. Anybody get any insights? You don't have to share them, don't be afraid. Did anybody get any insights? There's one. Okay. Okay. Anybody get any negative insights? 1, 2, 3-ish. Anyone get any positive insights? Okay. Okay. And before we close, does anyone have any burning desire to share anything? And could you do it loudly so people online can hear?
Yes, I will do my best. Wow, what you were talking about resonated with me so much. I remember from early days what has really stuck with me, a saying in the Science of Mind is, love must flow through law. And it's always been very visual for me. I always thought about it as like pipes. I was like, okay, so there's this infinite law. It's just the energy that everything is made out of. And that it must have a structure to flow through. And what you said about belief, I was like, oh my gosh, belief is the pipes.
That's right.
Belief is the pipes. And I was like, wait, why am I putting in these 1-inch pipes when I could put in...
Oh my goodness, why am I putting in... Yes, that is beautiful. What a visual.
I could put in 5-inch pipes. I don't even have to have pipes. I can let it flow. It can be a river.
There it is.
And
Thank you.
I was really amazed by that, and I wrote down that I'm really open to the divine flow, like very open, and it's done such amazing things in my life, but I have a little bit of doubt still, and it's, you know, what you were saying about the clutter, it's like, what's cluttering up those pipes? You know?
That's right. Didn't we just have a plumber here? Are you going to snake in the pipes? Yeah, it's a great visual.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Thank you. Anybody else? No? I understand. Oh, there's one. Don?
I was actually, I've spent a lot of time reading about Bill W. And so this realization that belief limits demonstration of principles, which of themselves are without limit.
Yes.
In my experience, he was absolutely powerless over alcohol until he began to hold himself as a person who made up a rule regarding a mistake that he had made years and years ago.
Wow.
So it was a little bit like the cello story you shared.
It's like the cello.
Yeah.
Thank you. Wonderful. Yes. Ruth, I think someone had did you have your hand
Yeah,
up?
I did. I always think to myself that I fill my time up too much. And so I think I feel like I'm always limiting myself for joy and love and all that stuff because I'm filling up my time with too many things. But then I had the realization, well, yeah, but what do you get when you fill up all of your time with that stuff? You get joy, you get connection, you're not bored. And I had the realization that you're beating yourself up all the time for not having enough time.
For no reason.
For no reason, because I'm living my bliss, so
Exactly.
why are you beating yourself up for that?
That's what we are talking about when we talk about the law. It has to be repetitive. We're not talking about, that fleeting thought, that negative thought, that fleeting thing that I do. This is when we perseverate, constantly repeating that same belief. That's when it solidifies. That's when it becomes, as we called it, a demonstration or a manifestation. So that repetition is required, folks. And so we want to do this, as we leave here this week. So let's go forth with this intention to constantly create from a place of clarity and truth. Let's keep doing that little exercise. What am I telling myself? What am I telling myself? And it's the question is what I know to be true about myself right now is. What I know to be true about myself right now is. Let's pray. And so we know there's a power in the universe. We know there's a presence. We know we are that is. We know that we are created out of itself in its likeness. And so the soul of who we are is in fact that infinite being. The soul within us is that thing that lives on eternally, forever and ever. It is the power. It is the place within us that is the Creator creating our lives according to the law. This is very good news. Right here and right now, I commit my life, as I do daily, to living my values, my purpose, my mission. To live consciously in awareness of what is in my thinking. And does it serve me? Is it the truth? And therefore, I can claim and maintain the life I desire, not only for myself, but for my community, for the country, for the world, for the climate, for everything. I am the power of the One, a living, breathing eminence. There is nothing wrong with me. God makes no mistakes. I am so grateful to know this, to live this way. This is the way. And so I accept my good. I accept the power of who I am. I accept this body temple. And I take action. I don't get to just sit on the couch making wishes and dreams and wondering when it's going to happen. No, I behave around it. My words, my deeds match. My conviction matches. I'm on task. I'm on purpose. I am kind with my words. I forgive myself when I'm not. And I know for a fact that there is no place where I start and you stop, and I know our interconnectedness. I know our oneness. I know that I am that is and you are me. I know love love for one another, the last commandment. I know that that is the commandment I adhere to. Love one another. Now, I don't have to like what's going on, and I can protest. But I can never think for a moment that I don't love you. Love never dies. Relationships may, but love, the principle of love, never dies. And if we see from that vantage, all is possible. Relationships can end amicably. Lives can go on. Mistakes can be made. Forgiveness can happen. But we are always seeking higher ground. And that creates our good. I accept the blessings of that. I release my word into the law that always says yes, given that it is true for all. It is done in love. It is done with conviction. And I release my word in thanksgiving as we say together, and so it is. Ashe. Shalom. Amen. Hallelujah. Yeah.
Clouds have gathered here before. Sand has shifted beneath our feet. Time has marked the moments when trembling hearts skipped a beat. Be still, my soul. Be still. Be still, my soul. Be still. A rush of wind in the air, a breath of life drawing near. God is here. Be still. Be still. Who am I to doubt this truth? Who am I to fear my need? The one who holds my life and breath will not falter, will not leave. So be still, my soul. Be still. Be still, my soul. Be still. A rush of wind in the air, the breath of life drawing near. God is here. Be still. It is well with my soul. It is well. It is well with my soul. It is well. It is well with my soul. God is here. Be still. Be still. Oh, be still. Be still. Ooh. Be still. Be still.
Beautiful. Thanks, Ruth. That was epic. Now, is the band back next week?
Yes,
Oh my God, the whole band?
the whole band.
Oh, good Lord, good Lord. It's nothing but good happening here. This is our offering time, and what we're offering is an opportunity for you to give, which is which law? The law of circulation. Which is which law? The law of abundance. Which is which law? The law of reciprocity. On and on and on. This is just a good thing to do. And it also serves our community to grow us, to have music, to have the message, to have lights on, and heat. Heat's good.
Yeah, we're getting more heat.
We're getting more heat soon. And so we have all kinds of opportunities. In fact, we have this little QR code that will sit on our last slide all morning if you want to just put your phone up to it. It's quite magical, actually. And Ruth, our president, thinks of all this stuff, so she's pretty amazing. Let's do our abundance affirmation while we are giving. Together, in consciousness of abundance, I give freely, knowing that I am freely given to. Indeed. Now, we have a couple of quick announcements. Reverend Debbie is going to do her vision board this month, which she does pretty much every January. You're going to want to come to this, and what will be provided is all kinds of good stuff to put on your vision board. But what's a vision board good for if not setting intentions? Yes, sometimes visuals, when we have that board up all year long, it keeps us with our eye on the prize, doesn't it? And I love that. So make sure you come to our vision board workshop. And oh my gosh, do we have some good news?
Yes.
You might know that these two lovely ladies are sitting on a big roll of carpet. Can we have a hand for that? We have carpet. And we are laying that carpet on the stage Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. So I'm not asking you to come and lay carpet unless you know how to lay carpet. What I'm asking, though, is to come and celebrate and party with the people laying the carpet. Let's feed them with finger foods, right? Or maybe cold drinks. Or maybe we can just, cheer them up, cheer them on their way. We can also do all kinds of stuff like bring finger foods. We can also help, one thing that all this stuff has to go. So maybe you might be able to carry a music stand off. Do you understand that that's a big thing? So that one person, we look at Larry, don't we? One person doesn't have to do it all. Larry, would you like some company?
That'd be wonderful.
So come, we're going to be here from 4 o'clock on Thursday, Friday, and then all day Saturday, because after the carpet's on, we got to put everything back. So we have it all here for Sunday.
And today, you can help by stacking the chairs.
Would you take your chair and stack it over there? Because then Larry doesn't have to stack all the chairs. Huh, Larry? So have you ever heard of that? Many hands make less work. And we are a community, aren't we? So when you come here next Sunday, this thing's going to be carpeted. We are going to be like, wow, dude. I'm excited.
Not only that, he's finishing the soffit.
He's finishing these soft. We're just going to be like, wow. We're getting so ready for our open house, which looks like it might be March 30th.
Yes, I think it is.
We do. We have it on the calendar now. Our grand opening means that we got to get, all the cuties done, all the pretty stuff done.
Wow.
But guess who's going to be coming? Drum roll.
Gary Lynn Floyd.
Gary Lynn Floyd.
And you're going to hear him in a minute on our closing song.
All right, so that's happening. Also, Bev, we did a slide for Bev because I forgot the last time I was here to tell you that every fourth Sunday when Bev comes with Greg and they do our music, she stays after to do her fiber art. Remember that? The fiber art? And so what we're doing is we are doing this fiber art, and then there's going to be a big reveal in the summer, and it's going to be a hanging that we're going to be hanging here in the center. So you're going to want to stay the fourth Sunday of the month and participate with Bev's fiber art. And why we do...
It's actually very spiritual too, because we're tearing away the old.
Yes.
And tying knots in the new.
It's very... of course it's spiritual. What else would it be?
I know.
Oh, no, it would be fun.
Yeah.
Which is a spiritual principle, joy. And also we have our first Saturday class, which is the Art of and Science of Spiritual Mind Treatment by yours truly. So on the first Saturday of each month, you can drop in. You don't have to have gone to the first or second one. You can just come and join in. I actually didn't make this last first Saturday of the class for the very first time. I instead took care of myself and stayed home.
And took care of everybody else because you didn't share it.
I did not share my virus, although it wanted to be shared. It was just so... So let's do our affirmation for the week together. I embrace divine guidance and the profound peace it brings. I love that. And then I'm going to have you take over, Ruth.
Okay. We're going to, wrong one. We're going to lead our closing song with Gary Lynn. So if you want to join in, the words are up there, but Gary Lynn is who we keep talking about that's going to come for our grand opening in March. He's a fabulous musician and one of our dearest friends and supporters of Sacramento CSL. So let's sing with Gary Lynn.
Love be with you.
Love be with you.
Peace enfold you.
Peace enfold you. Spirit lift you. Breathe it in. Truth come through you. Make good flow to you. Let joy renew you. Till we meet again. Love be with you. 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 Peace unfold you. Spirit lift you. Breathe it in. Truth come through you. Make good flow to you. Let joy renew you. Till we meet again. Love be with you. Love be with you. Love be with you. Love be with you. Love be with you.
Gary Lynn Floyd, soon to be in the house. So let's circle up. Remember, we're not holding hands. We're in prayer hand position as we have our benediction. And then don't forget to join us for gathering in the social hall, because I saw like 4 goodies. Did you see goodies? Yeah, she saw goodies. Okay. All right. Kathy, how was today's class?
Oh, it was very nice. Does anyone want to show what they made? Go ahead. Great.
Ooh. Is that a cell phone?
Anyone want to talk about what we talked about?
Being kind.
What was that?
Being kind.
Being
All
kind.
the specific and different ways we can do that.
Oh, that was wonderful, Kathy. Let's hear it for our teacher. She's amazing. All right. And so in prayer hand position, we remembered that there is one presence, one power. I am so filled up with today's service. So grateful for Ruth and all she did on production today. For Larry for keeping our heat on and keeping our building beautiful. For all the volunteers. For Kathy, our teacher. For the children that came today. For the families that blessed us today. I am so grateful also for the message. Because I go out this week and I remember this message. And it uplifts not only me, but everyone. That's the way it works. And so for this and so much more, I give thanks.